Hello, Dark Feminine family. I'm just waiting for somebody, my mum actually, she's just having a hospital appointment. And I had felt like this download coming in on the drive here, which has been triggered recently by me noticing that the Dark Feminine, the words the Dark Feminine, are being picked up and used in a few more spaces, in a few more communities, kind of on the World Wide Web. And it's funny because actually I realised at first I was being a little bit precious and I couldn't quite work out why I was being a bit like, hang on. And it was actually really good. It was kind of like an invitation for me to get a lot clearer about my stance and why. And the thing is, for me, I don't own Dark Feminine. It's nothing, it's a coming through the filter of Kimberly, this kind of interpretation. And, certainly I feel like I've had this kind of really direct contact with this kind of archetypal energy. And I feel, very clear about the fact that this energy was like wanting me to share this interpretation. And what I'm seeing elsewhere is using the words the Dark Feminine to describe everything that is wrong with a woman, everything that is toxic about a woman. And I don't like that. And I have a kind of an issue with it. And I think it's been really good to get clear about the usefulness of terms and concepts. Because when I think about the Dark Feminine, I'm talking about, this ancient energy of, representing a certain kind of wisdom, which relates to like this very expansive, non-judgmental, non-dualistic approach to the totality of our beingness. It's not about taking the way that society already kind of shames women morning, noon and night about what they are and what they're not, and what they're not, and what they should be and what they could be, and then kind of overlaying that into spiritual communities, where there is often lots of deep talk about wanting to do the work, shadow integration, all of that good stuff. But all of that's for shit if all you're going to end up doing is like taking the kind of way that we approach the material world and labeling it, as good or bad, and then going, oh, it's the same with our shit. And the whole point of the Dark Feminine for me is like, she's saying there is no single part of you which isn't valid. And that doesn't mean that there are aspects of self, when we sort of go exploring into those more kind of unseen realm of who we are, that aren't associated with our own woundedness. And out of that woundedness there can be toxicity, and pain, and suffering, and self-sabotage, and shame, toxic shame. But she's saying that is all valid in a way that means that we can go there with a kind of gentle compassion for ourselves. If someone's saying, oh, the Dark Feminine is like the toxic, manipulative woman, it's everything that we should be fixing, then I feel like something really important is getting like lost in translation when we think about doing this kind of work. It's like every time we affix a label to aspects of ourself, which the world around has already decided is okay or not okay, and with women those lists are really long, then we're kind of like blocking our capacity to integrate all of it, to integrate it to not feed a sense of fear about what exists in the shadow or the dark place, so that we end up doing what we all know is called bypassing, okay, and just kind of keep looking away from it, you know. It's like, no, dark feminine is like, it's okay for all of it to be there. And actually knowing that and applying that when we're kind of curious and you know, committed in some way to that kind of like deeper self-development work, it's really important. So I was a bit precious about it, and I'm kind of like, you know, I just want us to be able to make containers where we leave judgments that we have been conditioned to make about ourselves and others by the world at the door. And this is when we can really do that kind of deeper transformative work.